on the screen, so they can't see. They might be able to, they'll hear you if you answer. Okay, so we're looking at comparing rates and starting points. In this first case, it says graph. So we have line A and line B. So this is already in slope-intercept form. So the slope is 1/2. Y-intercept is 3. So it says it. Now remember, to graph and slope-intercept form, start with the y-intercept. And that's 3. 1, 2, 3. Our slope is 1/2. I mean, it's positive. So 1 and 2 to the right. Up 1 to the right. Or go down 1 and 2 to the left. We just want our slope to be positive at the end. Now, if I don't want to go down 1 and over 2, I can go down 2, 1, 2, and over 4. Wait, down 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now, here's where you need a straight edge. I forgot to tell you that. Sometimes I'm just using a Post-it note to make a straight line. Okay. All right, so that's graphing that first line in slope-intercept form, that first function. Now we're going to look at this one. So line B, -2 is our slope, -4 is our y-intercept. -4 is our y-intercept. Now careful on your slope. It's a -2. Now if it's a -2, remember that's saying -2 over 1. So you're going, if I go up 2, I'm going to go left 1 because I want it to be negative. Okay, I can go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 2. Okay, up 2 over 1. Go, wait, did I mess up? No. Okay, so then make sure you go all the way through. Oops. Okay, make sure you go all the way through the graph. Okay, so we're looking at 2 graphs. So which line is steepest? Is it line A or line B? Don't say the first or second one. You got to look at line A or line B. All right, good. Line B going to be steep. It says explain. Well, the next question kind of explains it for us. So it's steeper because it does have a greater rate of change, meaning for every 1 that you go over on the x value, the y is decreasing 2. This one, it says for every 2 that the x is increasing, the y is increasing only 1. The next question actually answers this one. So which one's steeper? Well, line B, because it has a greater rate of change. So, and that's B, so I'm not even going to explain that one. So maybe greater rate of change. The positive and negative doesn't have anything to do with it. It's the steepness. Okay? Just because it's negative. A lot of people, some people are like, well, that's positive, so that's it. Sorry about my dogs. Okay. Now, which one has a greater y-intercept? And that's going to be 3. So that's going to be line A. Y-intercept, and this is the y-intercept's -4. Okay, let me see something. People are putting in chat. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. All right, people are answering. Good. All right, so let's look down here. This one now is comparing a table. First of all, in order to compare the steepness of the line, you have to know the slope. So looking here, a lot of times I like to do the y-intercept first because that's easier to find, and that's 1. Now the slope, remember, rise over run. It's positive, so you're going up 2 over 1. So remember the change in y over the change of x. So that's just going to be 2 over 1 or 2. The table. In order to find the y-intercept, the x value must be what?
0.
Good, 0. So when the x value is 0, the y-intercept is right here. So the y-intercept is 6. The slope. Now I'll give you a warning. So the slope, look at the difference. This is 3 and 6, so that's 3. As y is going up 3, x is going up 1. Okay? So the change in y, so that's going to be 3 over 1, which is going to be 3. So we're just comparing slope, the y-intercept and slope in graph and table form. Now, which is the one has a greater rate of change? Line C or line D? And you can just say it. D, good. So line, good. So line. Now, don't worry about explaining. Which has the greater y-intercept? Well, that's 1 and that's 6, so this is going to be B. Line D, sorry. Yeah, I also have to refer back to the line. I messed up in the other class and I put 6. So line C and D, so those are both D. All right, so let's look at when we have just equations. Just equations. And put it in a private message. Don't do it to everybody. Without graphing, find the slope of the y-intercept of each and answer the questions. Which one do you think has a steeper line? We have 1/2 x minus 6, 1/3 x plus 4, and 1/4 x plus 2. You can put that in the private, and then I'm B or C, D slope. Try to do a private message. All right, Andrew's answering, Lily's answering, Colby. All right, 2 is answering. Some of you guys just popped up. Hold on, back it up, back it up. Maddie H. Brendan, Noah, Tommy, Madison Moore, Maddie Moore, Kyle, Jada, thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick, and I know there's some people still typing. Okay, real quick, type in the share. I'm going to share. This was 1/2. 1/2. You know what? -6 brings me so far down. I'm just going to put -1, a -1, just because that won't matter. Now, 1/3, because we only really care about the slope when you're talking about steepness. Now, look what happens. You know what? I'm going to get a different color. Oh, dang it. I want to change the color. I don't want blue. I change the color. Both blues. This is hard to see. Anyway, I forgot how to change it. I don't know if I can. Anyway, so be careful. This 1/2. Okay, so this is the 1/2 one, and this is the 1/4. So one is going to be steeper than the 1/4. So this one should be A. Now, this is Y. This one usually, I'm going to stop sharing. No, I'm not going to stop sharing. I'm going to go back to my ladybug. Watch your fraction. Which one is closer to 0? 1/2 or 1/4? Good. It's going to be 1/4. So this one's not going to be as steep. So be careful when you do fractions. Don't look at the bottom denominator and think, oh, it's larger. Smaller number than 1/3. Okay, so this one, the one that 9, is going to be A. Okay, it's 0. So away from 0. That's how I'm telling which one's going to have a steeper line without graphing. Now, which one has a greater rate of change? Well, it's going to be A. The steeper one's always going to have the greater rate of change. Now, which one has the greatest y-intercept? And I don't even think y-intercept would matter in this case. Line B, because of 4. Okay, do you think it matters? Do you think the answer changes if it's negative slope? Now we have a negative 1/2 x plus 1, a negative 1/3 x plus 1, and a negative 1/4 x plus 1. Which one will make the steepest line? Still this negative 1/2. So that's still going to be A. Okay, because that number is further away from 0. Has the greater rate of change. Now C, which equation has the greatest y-intercept? All right, good. There's not one. I mean, they're all the same. So you can say tie or all the same. I mean, I don't know how you can explain it because I wouldn't even do that. They're all the same. I mean, I don't know how you can explain it. All the same. Oh, this line has 4 lines, but 3 different representations. We have a graph, table, equations. So if we want to find out which one has the greatest rate of change, we're looking at the slope. So just by looking at these 2 graphs, I know it's not C because this one, just because it's negative, that doesn't matter. The rate of change, it's the steeper line. Okay, now we got to look at here. The M and the B for this one. The y-intercept is 2. The slope That's going down 2 and over 1. So that's going to be a negative 2. Here, 5 to 3.5, and 3.5 down to 2. This is going down by 1.5. It's going down by 1.5. This is going up by 1. So that's just going to be, the slope is going to be a negative 1.5. Your y-intercept is 2. Is it always the middle number that's your y-intercept? Some people, it's because the other one did x is 0 and x is 0. That's your y-intercept. Okay, which one has a greater rate of change? Which one has the number furthest away from 0? That's 2. That's negative 2, negative 1.5, 1 and 7/10, negative 2 and 3/10. Final answer, Jeopardy. So final answer, good, D. Okay. Now, which has the greatest y-intercept? Oh, that's also D. Okay. So all we're looking at today is comparing functions really based on the slope. The y-intercept really doesn't change the rate of change at all. Change the rate of change, okay? Okay, I'm going to pause. I'm going to stop recording here.